Welcome back to the finale of What If Qui-Gon's Ghost Appeared to Anakin. Thank you to those who have seen the first part of this What If. If you have not seen the first part, go watch that first before watching this video. The link will be in the description below. Ahsoka did not need to tell Rex and the clones what to do, and they all sprinted into their cruiser. Behind them, Bo-Katan and the members of the Death Watch did the same, but in the opposite direction. Leaving the starting sequence to the clone officers, Ahsoka sends an emergency transmission to Anakin. Now hovering above Mandalore, the ship begins to jolt from side to side, and Ahsoka took a moment to register what was happening. Whatever the darkness was, it was trapping them in the air, and now their communications had been jammed. Stumbling to the back of the ship, Ahsoka tries to counter the trap with the use of the Force, but it was too powerful for her to contain, and the ship slowly made its way back to the ground. Back outside of Mandalore, Anakin had been blasting his way through Republic airspace on his way to the Outer Rim. His focus is interrupted by the furious beeping from his faithful droid R2-D2, and allowing the incoming transmission, he sees a panicked Ahsoka. The former Jedi Padawan reports of a great darkness in the Force as she struggles to cling to the ship. Anakin immediately relays this to the Jedi Council, but they are preoccupied with the disappearance of Chancellor Palpatine. Before Anakin could be frustrated again, the voice of Qui-Gon emerged and told Anakin to send Yoda to Mandalore from Kashyyyk. The Grandmaster complied with this request, knowing it was a warning from Qui-Gon, much to the annoyance of the rest of the Council. Once the Council meeting had been concluded, Anakin enlists the assistance of the rest of his 501st Division, and together with Yoda, they convene in the airspace of Mandalore. Anakin and Yoda can both feel the darkness from above, and they knew that this was the Sith Lord they had been looking for. Yoda orders the rest of the Council to forget the search for Palpatine, and divert the attention to Mandalore, even if they would arrive too late. Taking a gunship to the surface below, the presence of darkness grows stronger, but it suddenly disappeared. Landing on one of Sundari's docks, they find Palpatine tied to a chair, and Ahsoka and Maul in ray shields. Anakin and Yoda go to rescue Ahsoka and Palpatine respectively, but they found clone blasters pointing at their heads, as Palpatine had perfectly timed his execution of Order 66. Yoda anticipates the attack and pushes Anakin behind the ray shield, giving them some time to rethink their strategy. They decide to split up, as Yoda pursued Palpatine, who had freed himself from his loose shackles, and Anakin and Ahsoka went toward the Jedi Order. Going back to one of their gunships, they had no choice other than to decapitate their brothers and go to their cruiser. On the ship, the Master and Padawan take care of the remaining clones aboard, and send a signal to the Jedi Order to beware of the threat, not knowing that most of them had fallen at the hands of the clones. Going back to the surface, Anakin and Ahsoka can see the clones beginning to surround the Jedi Grandmaster, and he was having to retreat. The pair join the fight, and distract the clones from attacking Yoda, but they continue to arrive in waves from above. Ahsoka decides they needed more help, and to the surprise and shock of Anakin, she frees Maul. Anakin's initial reservations about Ahsoka's plan are put to rest, as Maul, even without his lightsaber, destroyed a large quantity of the clones. This allowed Anakin to separate from Ahsoka to help Yoda. Palpatine saw Anakin arriving to join the fight, and he tries to manipulate Anakin by preying on his conflict. The voice of Qui-Gon rattles in Anakin's mind and tells him to use his instincts and not think about the words of Palpatine. Anakin's instincts told him to fight, and working with Yoda, they try to end the reign of Palpatine. The Sith Lord is furious that his manipulation had failed, and asks all of the clones to divert their firepower. This meant that Maul was exposed to his former master, and after several dodges, the Zabrak was cut to shreds. The battle seemed to swing in the favour of the Sith, just as another ship landed close by. From it emerged Obi-Wan Kenobi, who had received his own message from Qui-Gon. Sidious frowned and renewed his attack on the Jedi. The presence of the Soresu Master changed the battle, as the clones began to deplete, and Sidious fell from a powerful strike from Anakin. The Jedi Knight felt the nightmares he had been having about Padme fading away, and he knew that he was right to listen to Qui-Gon. For Master Yoda, he had been proven wrong by Qui-Gon, and the Jedi had nearly lost. It was time for the Jedi Order to change. That is it for What If Qui-Gon's Ghost Appeared to Anakin. If you enjoyed this, please like this video, turn on your notification bells, and subscribe for more What Ifs. And as always, leave a comment on what If you'd all like to see next, and how I can improve my videos. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.